in a secluded corner of the countryside where the moonlight barely pierced through the dense forest. The Whitaker family resided in a grand yet foreboding estate. The sprawling mansion, with its crimson-tinted bricks and dark, ivy-covered windows, seemed to absorb the shadows around it. Neighbors whispered of the family's peculiar habits, but only a few dared to venture near. Edgar Whitaker is the patriarch of the family. Margaret, his reclusive wife, and their two children, Charles and Lydia, were known for their strange, almost ritualistic behavior. They never mingled with the townsfolk and kept to themselves, emerging only to retrieve supplies with an unsettling coldness in their eyes. One stormy night, as the wind howled and the rain lashed against the windows, a desperate knock echoed through the mansion's grand hall. A young woman, drenched and trembling, stood on the doorstep. She was a lost traveler, seeking shelter from the tempest. The Whitakers, though hesitant, could not refuse her entry. The woman, whom they learned was named Clara, was shown to a guest room. The mansion seemed to close in on her, with its every creak and groan amplifying her unease. As Clara attempted to sleep, she noticed a curious pattern. The house seemed to pulse with a strange, rhythmic vibration, and the crimson walls of her room appeared to flicker in the dim light. Unable to sleep, Clara explored the mansion. She wandered through shadowy corridors, past closed doors that seemed to watch her. At last, she stumbled upon a room with a single window, bathed in an eerie red glow. When she looked inside, the Whitaker family was gathered around a large ornate mirror, with their faces obscured by dark shadows. Clara realized that the mirror was not an ordinary one. It seemed to distort reality by twisting the reflections into grotesque forms. The family members, in a trance-like state, chanted softly with their voices, merging into a haunting melody. Clara felt a cold dread wash over her as she realized they were performing some sort of dark ritual. With her heart pounding, Clara retreated to her room, but sleep was elusive. The house seemed to be alive. The whispers of the Whitakers' ritual kept seeping through the walls. As dawn approached, Clara made a hasty decision to leave. She crept out of her room and fled into the storm, never looking back. The next morning, the Whitaker mansion was eerily quiet. Clara's disappearance became a local mystery, but the family had vanished without a trace. The estate was abandoned, and the townsfolk, now too frightened to speak of, the Whitakers avoided the area entirely. Years later, the mansion still stands, its crimson hue as foreboding as ever. The stories of the Whitaker family live on, a chilling reminder of the shadows that linger in the corners of the unknown.